My friends, my friends, my friends. I could not be happier to be here with you right now, and I definitely wanted to get the stream kicked off right away with a question that's been burning on my mind. I know last week we talked, ever since Saturday, we talked a whole heck of a lot about the eye poke, the Leon Edwards fighting Bilal Muhammad at 170 pounds, Leon's huge return to the welterweight division, and all of this buildup culminated in an eye poke, and we all were left unsatisfied after getting so excited for this fight. And it brought to mind the question, why was Bilal eye poked in the first place? Right? The eye that should have been poked, if an eye needed to be poked, it really should have been Colby Covington. And I don't want Colby Covington to get his eye poked. I'm just saying he should have been the guy fighting Leon Edwards. And pretty boy Ethan with the forever changing names. Welcome, Ethan. Bilal would have just gotten worked, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I feel like many people say, Bilal was in the process of getting highlight reeled. You know, it really looked that way. It's a fight, so anything could happen. But it just felt, and this sounds disrespectful. I will admit, I sound like I'm being disrespectful. That's not my intention. It's just the truth, though. He's going to end up he was going to get highlight reeled. And Pretty Boy Ethan says, it'll always be Ethan or T-City. Pretty Boy was his nickname. Oh, my goodness. So, Ethan is a pretty boy. We are fortunate enough to have a guy that is blessed in the looks department as a regular. As a stream regular, we have a pretty boy. That is very nice. I couldn't be more honored than to have your beautiful gaze, to have your beautiful gaze upon me. So, I am super excited to get going today. Yesterday was an awful day. I want to get right back into ranked fights, but I'm going to warm my hands up a little bit. I literally got off. I'm looking at the desk at which I sit all day, cranking out information, completing, working in Excel, doing all this nonsense. And I'm looking at my couch like, I need to get over there. I need to get back to the team. Pretty boy says, I couldn't be more honored to have you bash my head in with your ground and pound. Yeah, no, that will change, Ethan. You will eventually pick up the ground game, and that won't be a factor. Right now, it's just a hole in your game. I have many, and you'll improve. Definitely want to get a warm-up match here. Going Volk versus Green. So here we go. I played a clip. My voice should sound a little bit better now. I played a clip in the very beginning of this stream, and it was about Pretty Boy Ethan says, I've got striking and sub defense, but no ground defense. He's working on it. Yeah, that's the best you can do, my man. You recognize an issue and work on it. Donato! It's an honor to get beat up by all you guys. Yeah, that's what it is, man. And eventually the beat downs turn into the beatings you're delivering. So much fun when that happens. Right now, Donato, we're just warming up. Just got out of work. So we are warming things up against Cloudy Eagle.
Cloudy Eagles throwing these hands with your boy. Yo, El Jefe Choi! Once again, that's enough. No clapping for anybody but me, crowd. I don't know why people are clapping for El Jefe Choi in the building. Actually, I know. He's a good dude. Welcome to the stream. I'm just playing around with you. If you heard that sound effect, that was me. I don't know if I tricked you. Donato says he's going to run the garbage out. He'll be back. Just letting you know that we are warming up right now. Started off the stream talking about Colby Covington. We're all hating on, or a lot of people are hating on Leon Edwards. But Colby Covington should have been there. And I heard Chael Sonnen and Ariel Helwani talking about the two of them and talking about Colby Covington. And it was so true. It's like, dude, why is Colby waiting? What is he waiting for? And if he ends up with a title shot because he waited, it will be infuriating. Just when you have other guys that deserve it, and you have a guy that just sat there, lost the fight, and has not fought since. I mean, he fought Tyrone Woodley. Pretty Boy says he already finished Tyrone Woodley for a title shot. Okay, so I respectfully disagree with you, Ethan. I don't think finishing Tyrone Woodley in that condition, that Tyrone Woodley, there's no way Tyrone was anywhere near being ranked first in that division. Second, I think he may have been 5th or 4th in the rankings when Colby fought him. So you should not get a title shot off of fighting the 4th ranked guy in any division.
Stop. It's over.
I want these guys to have success. I want these guys to get money. I want them to be everything they can. But Ethan says, but Jorge just got a title match, not beating anybody after losing worse than Colby. I am. El Jefe says, true. Thank you, El Jefe. I am shoulder to shoulder with you on that. El Jefe Choi says that is just how the game is now. Yes. But I want to complain until we get the game right. Like, I want MMA to be as legitimate as basketball, as football, as any other sport. But if you keep doing this scripting and this, weird, questionable practices with these fights and moving away from a meritocracy, meaning you earn your fight, it's a problem, and it hurts the credibility of our sport. Okay, so we got a good warm-up in. Pretty Boy Ethan says, I'm just saying, if Jorge gets that, then Colby should be for being the first person to finish Tyrone. Hey, using your respect to this guy, well played, good fight. El Jefe Choi says, I really don't blame the fighters, though, because the UFC doesn't pay them enough, so I get them for big money matches. Yes. So that's where we're at right now. The El Jefe Choi kind of says, let's sweep aside the BS and get to the heart of the issue. If you did a root cause analysis, El Jefe Choi just hit it on the head. It's fighter pay. And it's something that's come up. If you've really watched this sport, fighter pay is an issue to you too, as a fan. Because the industry's argument is that, hey, if we pay, Ethan says, yep, Colby said he would save the day to fight Leon, but they wouldn't offer any more money. Gotcha. But if everybody, I'm not saying this needs to be everybody gets paid the same, whatever it is, but if these guys felt comfortable, is the argument coming from the organizations, is that if we pay them too much, or if we get rid of the fight to show and fight to win, that 50-50 balance, half of your purse is based on if you win or not. If we get rid of that, these guys are going to show up sloppy and not want to fight. And it's like, what? Where does that logic come from? You mean to tell me because football players are getting paid more money now than they ever have before, that the athleticism has decreased? Is that the logic that we're rocking with at this point? Because it doesn't add up. Ethan says top fighters need more share of the revenue they make. Yeah, Ethan, I understand that you're saying that, but we don't even know that. There's no transparency into, we understand that champions get points, so they earn a percentage of the off of the volume of pay-per-view sold, but we don't know what that really looks like. We all just say it to each other like, "Oh yeah, he gets points now," but we don't know the implications of that and what that really means to these guys. It seems to be based on just the evidence around and fighter behavior that, yeah, and Daniel, like guys like DC kind of giving you some insight. It looks like holding that belt is important. It gives you a lot of opportunity to make decisions, and you do seem to get on pay-per-views and earn a little bit more money. Dana is greedy, bald bull worm. Thank you, El Jefe. He says, so true, Coach. Great point. I appreciate you saying that, El Jefe. Of course, I appreciate you saying just that comment. But no, thank you for that. But I won't go as far as to insult Dana. His job is crazy. And what he's done with the UFC, although I have many disagreements with Dana, I don't know a thing about operating a mixed martial arts organization, and it looks like it's very, very difficult to do. And Dana has done it, Do one of those things, Ethan says, I will Stockton slap Dana. One of those things I disagree with is going into this Florida situation. I don't know anything about, I'm not a virologist. I have no idea if it's truly safe to do this or not, or how they're possibly able to do it, but it doesn't look like most virologists would recommend doing this. And I just want people to be safe, I think Dana is a hard charger. It's the reason why the UFC is where it is, and it's a gift, but it's also a curse because it pushes you into dangerous situations like we're seeing. Your risk adversity is just almost removed for this guy. We're facing Chris in the cut, first ranked fight of the stream. TJ Dillashaw versus TJ Dillashaw. It's a very patient fight. I'm not going to let him suck me into what he wants. Chris is definitely taking his time, being patient. I will do the same. Ethan says he's currently rolling around getting ground practice in. Smart idea, my man. Golly! Alright. So, kind of a quiet fight. But we're doing it. Staying patient. I need to guard that body. I have to. Even losing this round, I just want to establish. I want to check a leg kick and let him know that this body is not yours. You cannot have my body. Sir, you cannot have my body. I want those leg checks, or those checks. Body blocking is essential here. Damn, my opponent flake on MMA gaming. Oh, so you're not going to have your... El Jefe Choi had a fight scheduled with MMA gaming. Second fight in a row that he's had somebody flake out. El Jefe, can you fight in a different division? Or, and by the way, what we're talking about is at MMA Gaming. For anybody that hasn't joined the league, hasn't been there, and hasn't had the time to look at it, you're not confident maybe in your ability, trust me, they have something for everybody. It's at MMA Gaming. DM them, and you can get in. And El Jefe Choi said 2 of his opponents flake out on. And what I'm wondering is, can you volunteer, El Jefe Choi, to fight in a different weight class? And say, hey, I'll fill in. I'll be a substitute anywhere, just so you can get the fight in, you know. Because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, that's a big disadvantage when you got some guy that's probably just sitting on their favorite fighter, getting better and better, and you're kind of volunteering to take whoever at whichever weight class. But still, it's better to be active. Your ground fakes helped a lot. All I need to know now is blocking transitions. Yeah, absolutely. The blocking of transitions is much more important than ground fakes. And I unless somebody else has a better answer, I feel like understanding transition blocking has more to do with the memorization of animations. So experience. I mean, yes, you need to understand, you know, right and left for what, you know, you need to understand the direction, but it's really paying attention to like very minor movements. Which hand moves first? The shoulders. I'll have a choice. Says, yeah, I just asked him that right now. I'm just waiting for his response. Cool. Good idea, man. That's a smart way to go. At least just get the fight in. And then, Ethan says, right, so I need to play online. Not necessarily. That's where playing the computer can help, because then you are blocking those transitions like we were talking about before. I just don't think playing the computer on Legendary prepares you for the cadence of a human fighter on the ground. It's just different. What people do is just different from the computer, and it's almost as if it's because the computer, it knows what you're pressing, the buttons you're pressing, and it reacts accordingly. Chris in the cut. Got him on the ground. I'm doing some work. This is not fun looking, but I'm just trying to do some work. El Jefe Choi concurred. He agreed, yeah. And I mean, it's just not, and I wish, you know, that's not really high on my list of things that EA improves. I understand. It's a computer. At the end of the day, unless you have some phenomenal computing, that's always going to be the case. You're always going to be able to kind of get the computer to do what you want it to do after you play it enough. TJ Dillashaw got that reverse on me. I'll see your message in just a second. Okay, Ethan says, I think I'm good with everything except for blocking transitions. Fake that helped a lot, and my sub defense is nice. Offense is nice. Yeah, that's great. Like I said, you got that young, wrinkled brain. You pick things up fast. Man, I tried to play, you know, a different type of game. I tried to play Fortnite, believe it or not. And I turned on Fortnite and turned it off almost immediately. I was like, what the hell is going on? I have a certain set of games I like in my old age, and I play them. I escaped a lot of your takedowns with Izzy, Ethan says. I'll be right there, Ethan. I'll see your message in just a second. Such an ugly takedown attempt on my end. I ran into a pretty high-level player that was discussing the fact that he had taken some losses today, and he was pretty frustrated. And he said that he felt that this game is scripted. And I told him I wouldn't be surprised, meaning that there's some influence on like your responsiveness or just the game output. You know, the damage done by strikes, you know, just connecting, you know, strikes that should be out of place. There's some sort of scripting in the game that prevents people from truly just going on a tear and just... And I don't know. It's kind of... I heard that they did it. In fact, EA is getting sued for their FIFA game because they're doing just that. And it impacted players in a way I can't remember why it's a problem or why that's something they can sue for, but it actually negatively impacted players. And so there's a real lawsuit about that. And it's curious to know if EA is doing that with this series. Because that essentially makes you feel like you're wasting your time a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's right. It hurts playing for money. That's right. Because they have, like, the Ultimate Team, loot boxes, and things like that. And if you're scripting results of games, you're going to be able to encourage people to, oh, I need to enhance my team with this, or I need to buy this from the store to get better. So that's interesting. And if true, very uncool. Very typical evil corporation sounding. Hopefully that's not the case. All right, so here we go. Chris in the cut. I've beaten this guy before. Struggling right now. So I think I won. So I'm down. It's 2-1 right now, I think. Ah! Okay. Ah! I feel like that was a pretty well-masked takedown. Got him. Ah. Man. All right. Here we go. Bring in the heat. Ah. We are... No way in hell I'm playing for money. Yeah, no, it's... I wouldn't get to that level, Coach Sonato. I would never play with real dollars in this game. It's just not going to happen. I mean, if you think... People play really kind of use corny tactics in this game, and there's no money involved. You're not playing, there's none of your hard-earned coin is on the line. Imagine what we would see if this game was for dollars. I mean, you think you see toxic play now, you'll see Captain Planet level. Oh my gosh. I just don't know why there's such a difference in how I feel, how I play. I just feel like this guy, I almost remember fighting him. And now it's just, I feel lack of responsiveness. I'll have choices. That's why I only play Madden for... Hold on 1 second. I'll catch that comment in just a second. The only thing I play for money is Powerball. So Coach Donato says the only thing he plays for money is Powerball. And so if we're comparing playing this versus the lottery, then yeah, I'm going to probably play this over the lottery. Oh my gosh. I don't understand. Donato says true, but still. Yeah, no, I feel you. I hate the lottery. I get why people get it. I just feel like it's just such a ripoff. I'd just rather have control of my destiny. Powerball chances are better. Don't be that hard on yourself, Coach. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what I agree. I don't want to get political, but I do feel like that lotto is a poor tax. It definitely feels like one. It looks like one. Man, I think I've taken some rough... I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm just in that funk. And ended the stream there yesterday. I'm blown away. Was it in Division 18 yesterday, and then finished the stream in Division 16, starting off with another loss. Oh, okay. Breaking it down. It's nice and early still. Nice and early still. So frustrating. Taj Turner! Taj Turner's in the building. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We got a Corey Sandhagen fight. Corey Sandhagen battle. Yeah, I'm going to bring it back. I appreciate you saying that. Ethan, I am going to bring it back. I go on these hot streaks, and I don't know what happens with these cold streaks, but I'm not asking anymore. I'm just fixing. I think I get into a mode where I also don't plant my feet enough. That's what I'm thinking right now, is I'm not going to the body enough. I don't plant my feet when I'm striking enough. I'm backing. Movement works, but too much movement is not a good thing. Silver lining back.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
Okay. Donato says, I've been fighting a lot and might have been overtrained. I don't know. That could be the case. That could be the case. I don't feel like I played as much as I used to. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is, Ethan. It's all mental. El Jefe says he knows the guy I'm fighting. He taunts a lot. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I can get the sense of it now. No ground game, he says. El Jefe says no ground game. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you for pointing this out to me. You said it with just perfect timing. Oh, wow. Stuffed the takedown surprisingly. Gave me a little bow for that. Nice of him. So I'm just trying to plant my feet a little bit more, not too much. But that uppercut was, thanks, man. That was, thanks, El Jefe Choice says, nice uppercut. Thank you. That's what that was. It was a planted uppercut. I think I might be onto something. Planting my feet a little bit more. Wading into that deep water. Not trying to run away from it. Thank you, Ethan says, good shots. Not trying to run away from the combos, but kind of staying in that pocket a little bit more. El Jefe says, good shit. Thank you, El Jefe. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm trying. Hopefully. Hopefully, we can do something. Got him in the crucifix. My dog's scratching at the door to get out. That is a part of this fight. Come on, transition, man. You see that, Ethan? I want that transition almost as much as I want these shots.
You need to get out of there. Let's go. Do something.
Oh, I thought I got him. I thought he was giving up. But he just outsmarted me. Good move on his end. As El Jefe says, his ground game is definitely not as strong. Oh, I blocked! No, I truly feel like I blocked that. Sorry for the little bit of quietness here. I just felt like I had a moment where I caught this guy. And I don't know if it's real. I'm not getting giddy. Yes. Just remaining patient, waiting for him to transition. Woo! It's a wrap! We're hyped. We're getting the hyped one out. I can't keep it respectful right now. Thanks. Shout out to El Jefe for letting me know about that ground game, because I was definitely losing. Shout out to planting your feet and throwing shots. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes, we did it. That was definitely a team effort. Much appreciated for the support. We're back on the grind. Back on the right end of the stick. I really feel like I've been... And I'm going to go back and actually watch the streams to see. Didn't get much from that, but it's a win. I think what I've been doing is not planting my feet, because the way I'm losing, it all feels the same. It feels like I'm just getting overwhelmed with strikes, and I'm not. It's like I'm. You know, you ever have a nightmare where you get into a fight with somebody and your punches feel like you can't throw a punch? It's like feels like that. I know I'm not the only one who's had that. That I've had many nightmares like that. It's not just like a street fight, but it will be something terrifying, and you have to fight it because it's good. You know, it's bringing harm to you. And you fight, and it's like your blows aren't doing anything. That is a terrifying nightmare. I don't know if anybody else in here wants to share their feelings and their greatest and deepest fears and worst night terrors with me and publicly. Feel free to go ahead and do that. El Jefe says, same, bro. Hey, thank you. Touch Tennis says, I'm the only one. God darn. Donato says, you're pushing into them instead of standing and throwing. Yep, that's what it is. I'm not planting my feet. 100%, Coach Donato. And Touch says, I'm the only one. Pretty Boy says, yeah, but in UFC, you know I stalk my opponents down no matter if I lose. Yeah, man. That's an attitude. That's a certain fighting style. I have a friend of mine, like I said, a guy I met on Xbox 360 through a classic. He's one of my closest friends. Through a classic fight we had, Manny Pacquiao versus Diego Corrales, and his style in these games is he's one of the most aggressive people I've ever seen in my life. And it's just weird. And he's just that way in every game. Donato says, which could screw up your perks as well. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, it could be me applying, not being able to apply certain perks. I never even thought about that, but you're right. So I want to use movement, but I don't want to always be moving my feet when I'm striking, which I think might play into what I've been experiencing. It's not all the answer. I lost to some really good guys, man. And I'm not switching up to the body a lot. So I have other reasons to be losing. Ethan says, remember how I ran you down yesterday? I attacked Coach, but eventually he tackled me like an NFL linebacker. Yeah, you definitely pushed me back just like these guys are. But hopefully get these leg checks in. Specific movement, not just move. That's right. There you go, Coach Donato. Thank you for that. Move with a goal in mind, not just movement for movement's sake. I didn't see this. Ethan says body shots are effective. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I need to throw more of them. Ethan says his movement is calculated. Yeah, so that's part of my problem. I think I'm just in also like a rotate type mode. I'm just used to trying to circle away from the power hand, and I was making some mistakes because the fight felt different when I made that intentional decision to just stay flat. Oh man, that guy denied a fake. JMMA says, I'm a big horror fan. I've been watching them since I was a kid. When I was about 13, I had the same dream like 8 times where my parents left and let this complete stranger came in. Oh my God. Basic adjustments will overcome. Thanks. I appreciate that, Ethan. Yeah, no, dude, that dream sounds absolutely terrifying, JMMA. That sounds absolutely terrifying. I had a dream, a nightmare, about, Ethan says he has sleep paralysis. It's awful. Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm sorry, man. I've heard about that, and it sounds absolutely awful. I'm sorry that you have that. And hopefully that some way they can get that resolved. I don't know if there is a resolution for sleep paralysis, but that sounds absolutely awful. But JMMA, I had a dream. And a recurring dream 8 times would be freaking crazy. JMMA says, then he would go to the bathroom and come out. I just got the chills. And come out, and he would be Michael Myers. And then I would run away, but I would end up the same place every time I would run down the street. I'm not kidding you. I'm no coward. I just thought about that, having that type of nightmare. I got the chills on my throat. That just sounds awful. I mean, just when that's your reality, when the dream is real, that's just awful. I had a dream a couple years ago that my wife opened the door and this gigantic bald guy said, "Hey, I'm Michael Johnson." And I was like, "No, that's not Michael Johnson or Magic Johnson." And it was totally not Magic Johnson. She goes, "Magic, oh, I love you." And she went to give him a hug, and the guy looked at me over her shoulder as he's hugging her, and he knows that I know that he's not Magic Johnson. And it was just absolutely terrible. And then he just, went berserk in the apartment. It was crazy. And that was one of those dreams where I was trying to fight him, and it was just like nothing. Donato says his nightmare is walking through a room of cane toads. What's a cane toads? What's a cane toad? Ethan says he's had scary dreams like that too. It's awful. Yeah, it sounds goofy being a grown man talking about these scary dreams. Yeah, and they're rare. I rarely even dream anymore. But when you have nightmares and you're in that mode where it's like, it feels real, jeez, it's awful. But I love when you realize that you're dreaming, and that happens to me more as I've gotten older. Donato says, like a dinner-size plate toad. Yeah, I don't know. If they don't bite or they're not venomous, I'm fine with toads or frogs. I walk through a room with them. I would be able to sleep in a room with those things on the ground, as long as it wasn't like they're attacking you. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I used to have a nightmare, and then I would try to wake myself up when I'm in the dream. Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time. Ethan says he loves frogs. I don't necessarily love frogs, but it's not the worst thing to me. But I understand why people don't like them, Donato. Ethan says he has a pet snake. Wow, I don't understand, but I get it. But damn, that's hardcore. Yeah, no, I've had those dreams, Jay. I've had them too. I've had them where you try to wake. It doesn't happen frequently, but it's like, you know that you can even acknowledge that it's not real. But whatever situation, like, I'm trying to think of the last one. I can't remember right now, but it was like a real situation. It didn't have monsters or anything like that. It was just like something terrible happened, and I forget what it was. And I was like, oh, this is a dream, because of the people that were at my house. And I couldn't wake myself up, and it felt real, and it was just crazy. Oh, God. I don't know who won that fight, that round. He won that round. Oh, God. Let me see what I can do here.
Last round, guys. You ready? You ready? Go fight, guys.
There we go. I thought I was going to get him. Now, since we have two cats, I don't dig on reptiles, but I don't go out of my way to hurt them or anything. Yeah, that's how I am. I'm not trying to kill a reptile. But yeah, I definitely have not seen pet potential in any. I have friends that do. It just feels like those things should be out, you know. We haven't built a relationship with them as humans. Ethan says he's always loved snakes. Oh. We are trying to... You need to find a bayou, Ethan. Yeah, that's where you need to be. Hang out with Adam Sandler, and the Water Boy. JMMA says, I've had dreams. Hold on, Jade. Let me read that in a second. Because a dream conversation I love. It's interesting hearing. I wish we had 5 rounds for this. So JMMA says, I've had dreams where it seems like it's going to end, but I end up in another one. Yeah, I've had that. I don't know if it seems like it's necessarily seems like it's going to end. I've just had dreams where I wake up from one nightmare and I'm like, oh, this is an awful nightmare. And then I go to sleep. Woo! Got him. Then we go to sleep and wake up and or go to sleep again and then have a nightmare. This is crazy. Denal says, I don't dream much, though, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have a lot of dreams. Ethan says he has nightmares of getting chased a lot. Yeah, that's a common one. I don't have a lot of chase dreams, but you know what I also have dreams a lot about is flying, being able to fly. I have a lot of dreams about being able to fly. Donato says, has anybody had any dreams where all their teeth are broken in their mouth? No, but that sounds like a true nightmare. I think you need to edit your comment and make that word dream and make it say nightmare, because that sounds awful. Like Inception. Yeah, very much like Inception. Which Inception, people hate on that movie. I thought it was pretty fun to watch. I normally, I thought it was very interesting. I loved it. I thought Inception was a great movie. I don't get the hatred for it. Some people are just like, and I need to watch it again because it's years ago. I don't know. Some of you guys might not have even have been. I don't know how long ago Inception came out. I'm looking at you, Ethan. You might not have been 5 years old when that movie came out. Taj Tennis says, with the teeth thing, it means you may struggle. It means you may struggle with the way you look. How do you know that, Taj Tenet? Vanity. Wait. I mean, are you a dream? Are you into reading dreams? How do you know this? I need to know. JMMA says, man, I think the scariest dream I've had is when I got away from Michael Myers, but then I'm trying to open my door with keys, and I'm struggling to find them, but the car's full of killers. The car full of killers is coming. Oh, my God, yeah. Okay, so what you described right there, Denal says, sounds plausible about the dream reading of Taj Tenet. Says, Pretty Boys, Ethan says, Coach, I want to tell you something crazy in a party later. It's too much to type. Okay, yeah, definitely. I will definitely listen. JMMA, yeah, what you described, maybe I don't necessarily have the car thing or serial killers in a car coming at me, but what you described with the tension of trying to get in a door or trying to fumble my way through a process because I'm trying to escape and I can't. Like you said, the keys. I've experienced the keys. I've experienced like just not being able to open the door, and you feel the fear, whatever is coming for you, like breaking through walls or whatever. When that is, like I said, this sounds goofy. Donato, you might be like, okay, these guys you're on some stupid talk here. I'm telling you, the nightmare, if it's that intense, if it's that vivid, it's just insanity. I mean, I've woken up in complete sweats as a grown man from that. Taj Tennis says, I've had those same dreams, and I started to learn to feel better about myself, and I've never had that kind of dream again. Nor the falling off a cliff dream, meaning you don't feel in control of your life. That's interesting. I don't know. Those are interesting perceptions. I don't know anything about dreams or what they mean, so that's interesting. Donato says McGregor has a nightmare and he's being chased by Diaz. But yeah, that's right. No, sorry, my dog's trying to get out the door. And sorry, we have a break in these fights here. I don't know what's going on. Can't get good ping with anybody. But then Ethan says, I just choked Ortega by a triangle. I'm crying. Yeah, you had to put out one of your own. That's a shame. But a lot of people disagreed with me online. And maybe it was yesterday. Was it in the stream I was talking about this? I feel like I was tweeting about this, about McGregor Oh, it was with Coach Donato on Twitter. And it's that McGregor lost that second fight. McGregor, if I feel like he lost the second fight with Conor. It doesn't matter now. Taj Tennis says, I'm getting 575 per millisecond. Is that millisecond? Is that what that stands for? Pings in quick match too. Wow. Yeah, the ping is messed up right now. I don't know that I've seen... Oh, I have. I've seen like 600, I think, before. This is crazy. Ethan says, I had to put out my father. Did you look him in the eyes while you were triangling him? When you had the arm bar, like the triangle? Were you looking at him and like you had a tear falling down your cheek and he's like trying to hold on and you like just got a little tear as you're squeezing, putting more pressure? You just kind of go, shh, shh, as he slowly ceases the struggle. Go to sleep, Dad. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Daddy. Ethan, it was a Lion King moment, yes. Yes, it was. You know, I'm not a big Disney person. Friend of the family. Golly. Taj Tennant says he's getting horrible ping. I am too. I just was in the 600s. Look at that. 517 we just hit. Yikes. Let's just wait a second. Let's just let things cool down. Jeez Louise. Yeah, Tosh Tennis says go to the light. Right, that's right. That's exactly it. Let it bathe over you. Let the darkness wash. Let the darkness wash right over you. Hopefully we get a good fight in here. El Jefe Choice saw, yeah, that ping. Jeez, yeah, it's crazy. I kind of shocked. I wonder if there's something going on. 586, yeah. Dude, I thought I saw 600 for a second there. I thought I saw 600. Now we're having a difficult time. I think I might be stuck. Okay, so I was stuck there. Something's wrong. I'm going to back out for a second. Just let things cool off. Let EA think about its behavior for a second. Hop back in.
For ESPN Plus.
I'm trying to hit up Twitter to see if there's anything I've missed in the MMA world while we've been playing. JMMA says this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think The Dark Knight is overrated a bit too much. Batman is my favorite superhero, so it's not the hate, but people make it out more than what it really is. I am right there with you. I am with you on that Dark Knight thing, man. Donato says he's never seen Ping that bad. Ethan says I haven't watched much superheroes, to be honest. I only like the Joker. Yeah. No, JMMA, I am right with you. It's not like that was the worst movie I've ever seen. And I also kind of wrote off my opinion. Ethan, I will definitely check that. LFA choices. Jay, come on, man. It's a classic. Dude, El Jefe. The reason why I agree with Jay is like, I don't feel like first I felt like by the time we've seen that Batman movie and almost all of them now, the story's been told. Like we've all seen it, but I feel like there's just something. The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight was good because of Heath Ledger's performance. I will admit that was crazy. But Ethan, I totally understand that you haven't watched Batman. I haven't seen most of the superhero movies that are out. I haven't seen them. But I just wasn't impressed. Now, when I was a kid, and it's probably because I was a child, I felt like a action movie I thought was really impressive was Terminator 2. I really thought, even today, like the concept of Terminator 2 is interesting. I'll have a choice says, tell me a better Joker. I'll wait. There is no better Joker. I'll have a choice says, tell you about than Heath Ledger's Joker. If anybody says Jack Nicholson, they're lying to you, or they're my age and they can't let go of the past. Like, nobody will do a Joker like that, or a different take on Joker. It will never be that. I mean, that guy, I've seen the Joker all my life, and with one movie performance, he set the standard of my Joker, what I think of when I think of the Joker. I just DM'd you my first ranked fight result. Yes, Ethan, thank you. I want to take a look. I will definitely check it. Yeah, thank you for, yeah, I'll have it. We're on the same page. Yeah, and Donato says Terminator 2 was badass. It really was, man. Let me get focused here. We got dirty torta in our face. It's awful. Oh. Man, I feel like I'm not blocking anything. Jay says MMA. JMMA says for me. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'll read that. I'll get caught up. Either in the middle of these rounds, or if I can get an advantage here. Ethan says he's a horror movie freak, so he never got into superheroes. I just never got into superheroes after a while. I just felt like we were being told kind of the same stories repeatedly. So it's not that interesting. JMMA says, for me, Batman in that whole trilogy is so not brutal. Damn. Hold on 1 second. Lost control. Oh, Donato, yes, The Matrix. There you go. So I like The Matrix over all of those movies. The Matrix is me right there. I love the thought behind it, the way it just messes with your idea, like made me start thinking about simulation theory and looking into that because of The Matrix. I think that's a lot of people, though. Simulation theory being that we are all living in a computer. This is a simulation. I'll have a choice says he's more into movies like Scarface. So I'll tell you the truth. El Jefe Choi, I hadn't seen Scarface. I'm in my late 30s. I hadn't seen Scarface until I was in my mid 20s. Didn't see Scarface until my mid 20s, and I loved it. And I saw Casino and Scarface around the same time. Ethan says he has a Scarface tattoo. I saw Casino and Scarface at the same time. While I love Scarface, Casino went on to be my favorite movie. For years, that became my favorite. Hey, Rear Naked MMA. That's at Rear Naked MMA on Twitter. At Rear Naked MMA on Twitter. That's all one word. He's joined us he's joined his team in the chat. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, yes, to your dreams. El Jefe Choi, yes, he says, dude, Casino is such a good movie. And JMMA says the first Matrix was good, but the next two were trash. Okay, and that is right. I think it got trashier as it went on, but the Matrix itself was so good that if they never made those next two movies, it would have been I feel like it would have probably been known as the greatest action movie of all time. El Jefe Choice says, Heat's another good choice. I never saw Heat in its entirety. I never have seen it. I've never seen everything. He says, Coach is the next John Anik. No. John Anik is the next John Anik, which is a guy I'm surprised by. I used to be not disgusted, but I couldn't stand John Anik when he first came to the UFC, and now I love him. Casino and Scarface are timeless, classic, good. My favorite film is either Heat or LA Confidential. I've never seen LA Confidential either, or Mean Streets. I've never seen those movies. But yeah, El Jefe Choi, for me, Donato brings up the gun battle at the bank. Yeah, I think that's what I saw with Heat, was the gun battle. Yeah, John Anik is truly an amazing commenter. John Anik is like, he's as good as, I don't want anybody else. JMMA says, I still think Die Hard is the best action movie of all time. I can't rock with you there, JMMA. You and I are, for whatever reason, JMMA, we are on the same page about a lot of things. On that, we're going to have to separate we're going to have to part ways, respectfully. I can't do it. Donato says, I'm John Wick all day. I want to see that movie. I need to see that movie. It looks like a movie that I would like. Die Hard, I just never got into it. Oh my God, I forgot. JMMA's 19. Dude, you're watching movies that are way older than you. That's crazy. I'm talking to you. You've seen movies that are like my timeline, which is kind of crazy. Oh, by the way, when I was a kid, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, I don't know that they're... and Ethan's Nasty 19 as well. I don't know that first there was a bigger movie to me in my life. I mean, it just felt bigger than, in terms of superhero movies, up until this Marvel thing. Tosh Tennis says, Die Hard is so good. John Wick got cheesy the third movie. Yeah, man, I gotta see one of them. I gotta see the first one. No, I haven't seen, Donato, I have not seen any Wick. I love Keanu Reeves. And I haven't seen John Wick, which is a must now. I understand. I have to. Ethan says, I love Ninja Turtles. Yeah, dude, I was in the Ninja Turtles. He said those movies don't hold up well. That 80s style. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it probably in 20 years. You know, I have not seen it on TV or bumped into it. El Jefe. Wow. Dude. El Jefe Choi, I thought you were around the same early 20s. Your picture, you look like you're in your early 20s, dude. That's amazing. Keep up the good work. Keep up the skin treatment that you're, whatever you're doing. Jeez. JMMA says in the third movie, John Wick literally jumps off of a 9-story building and survives. That can happen, man. I've done it before to save a child. I have jumped out of a 9-story building and landed on my feet. I had a running start. Coach, damn, El Jefe Choi, good, man. That's good for you, dude. You look like a kid. El Jefe Choi says he's 30. Looks like a kid, man. But why are you laughing, Donato, at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Why are you laughing at that? When I was a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, that was it. You might be Donato. He says he's 47. I don't know if anybody's 47, but honestly, you and I are very close. I consider myself I'm in between you and El Jefe. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the shit. It would always be. I'll tell you, I would rather watch, and you know what, Donato, just to prove, I'm with it. There's some older cartoons and things I watched when I was a kid. I used to watch, like, Johnny Quest. It would come up on, like, on Nickelodeon. Scooby-Doo. Power Rangers. El Jefe says, dude, I dressed up as the Black Ranger when I was a little kid. Dude, I'm telling you. When I was a child, Power Rangers, and Donato, once again, this is going to sound stupid to you, but I was obsessed. My favorite was the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, which was the same guy. He says Johnny Quest. I like Johnny Quest. Donato says we had the action figures and Transformers. Yes. So Transformers I was huge into Transformers when I was a kid. But funny thing about Transformers and He-Man, yes, I loved He-Man. I even loved She-Ra, Captain Planet, all that stuff. funny thing about Transformers, before those movies came out, the Michael Bay movies came out, there was a 3D cartoon, like a TV show, and they would transform into like animals instead of cars or things like that. They would and it was the best Transformer series. I swear to you, it was better than like the last Michael Bay movie. Donato says he just missed the Power Rangers. Okay, yeah, so you've seen it all. Power Rangers were like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to me on steroids. I was you could not say anything wrong about the Power Rangers to me. I would I mean I watched that. I was obsessed. That, you know what? Power Rangers are the reason why I stopped watching cartoons, and I hated watching cartoons. When you watch Power Rangers, you're watching a guy do real flips and kick somebody in the face, and all these Zords and the sword fights. Power Rangers is it. My wife just finished a hard workout, walked in front of me. Donato says, is there a UFC 4 senior division? No, if there is, none of us would be there. Not yet. Not yet. But people have laughed me out of a room before because I said that I think there needs to be a senior division. JMA. You got JMA with that one. I think there needs to be a senior division in MMA. Like, I would watch it, man. I liked what Bellator was doing. As long as it's not Frank Shamrock versus Hoist Gracie. I don't think if you're in that type of condition, I don't want to see that. Or not that fight, but I mean, even that's kind of acceptable. I was thinking Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz 3. I don't want to see that. But if you are, an older dude and you've been fighting your entire career, and you still can do it, but you can't fight against, a 25-year-old kid or a 30-year-old guy that's in his prime. Yeah, I think it's cool if it's and maybe there's some extra protections in place, but I'm down, man. I'd love to see Anderson Silva. Yeah, Tito should not be fighting some guy that's not been fighting in years. Tito is still definitely capable of fighting people. Tito Ortiz, I mean, it looked like an MMA fighter. In there with just a regular dude. I know a lot of you have seen the pawn shop scene in Pulp Fiction. When I was younger, that scene scared me. I saw Pulp Fiction, but only parts of it. So remind me, if it's too much to type, don't worry, I'll YouTube it. But if you can remind me what happens. Was it the rape scene? Woo! It's a wrap! We put down that dirty torta kept getting on our face in that fight. We said no, we pushed him away. Said no dirty torta, no. And we got away. Shout out to Team Heavy Hands for that win. And shout out to A70, by the way. A70 is the camp. Shout out to A70. I don't shout out A70 enough. Donato says, and shouldn't the older, more trained up guys have some advantage? Yeah, that's the one where the gimp is introduced. Yeah, no, the older and more trained guys, Donato said something very interesting. The older and more trained guys have an advantage, and they do. So an interesting stat is that guys in their 20s, and I forget the exact numbers, and we're back to Division 17, got that win in there. Guys that are in their early 20s, in their 20s, typically don't get the belt. John Jones is abnormal. John Jones, you're not going to see many John Joneses in your life. A70 is, Donato says A70 legit killers. There are legit murderers in A70 that will give you the work you need. Have definitely, namely, Critical Sandman's one that a lot of people are familiar with here. He's just a great submission artist. Helped shape my ground game and my submission game to where it is right now. JMMA says, if you want to get a few, Coach, when you're done, I'm down. I definitely will. For sure. Like to get some work in, get some practice in. So, yeah. Where are we at time-wise here? I don't want to keep everybody away from their families. So, wow, time flew by. We're at an hour and 16. Let's run another one, man. Let's do another one. Let's do another. And then we will do that. I feel like time has flown by too fast. I feel like we've been hanging out for 40 minutes. It doesn't feel like, how has it been over an hour? It's not like, once again, it's not like I have a time limit. There's nobody that's telling me to stop. It's just, I need to be fair to my wife. I basically live in an apartment right now. I am talking a lot. I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to everybody else, which I love. But I got to allow her to live her life and enjoy the kitchen, all that stuff. It's 9:17 Eastern Standard Time. This is our family, just virtually. Yes, Taj Tenet, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. JMMA says it's because daylight savings time started. Yeah, that's absolutely. You know what? My favorite time of the year is probably New Year's Eve, the holidays. I get to hang out with my wife more. I get to see my family every now and again. The worst time of my worst day of the year. So New Year's Eve is probably my favorite day. My least favorite day is daylight savings time. The day after daylight savings time. The Monday after daylight savings time is the worst day of the year. I don't know if anybody else went to work this Monday, but it was awful. It was awful. I mean, I was awake when the time changed over, because I was looking at the clock. I forgot that we were springing forwards. And I was like looking at the clock. It was 1:30, and the next thing I looked down, it's 3. It's like, dang, daylight savings got me again, and I was tired for the next 2 days. So last fight of the stream, Taj Tennis says, yeah, I lost 3 hours from Vegas to Illinois. Jeez, I should stop complaining, because that's brutal. That will change your life. That could make you sick. Taj Tenet says, I was a zombie. Yeah, man. I was a complete zombie on Monday. I just didn't have it. I couldn't perk up. I couldn't snap out of it. I just felt weird. And the best part of the day was coming on the stream. I had a great stream, I think, on Monday. Not yesterday, but Monday, I think, was pretty fun. But during that work day, ugh. So here we go, fighting Showstopper Prod. I've never seen him before. We're both Leon Edwards. It's a 3-round fight. Hoping to finish off the stream on a higher note than we started. Lesson learned was planting feet. Blocking that body a little bit more. Staying in the fire. Not always looking to run away from the shots. Maybe that will help you too. Ah. There we go. Leon has great body kicks, by the way. Roundhouses especially. I will try it. Taj Tenet recommends body kicks. Woo! That's a spanking right there. There we go. This guy, it shows he's the Division 12, but he, you know, that's, once again, all that doesn't matter. You know, people start their seasons at different times. This guy is very skilled. Need to make sure he's worried about the takedown as well. There we go. Want to soften him up. I thought I was going to get him for a second, but then... All right. That was a good round. Looks like we can finish this one off. I need to throw more of those body kicks because definitely that one slapped. The one that I threw successfully at the right range definitely slapped. Oh, we got Brian Ortega, Richard Ramirez. I just saw Ethan's first win. Good job, my man. I liked how you saved a picture of your very first win. No other fights on your record. Dude, congratulations, my man. That's a big deal. I don't know if Ethan's still here, but congratulations, dude. That is a huge one. Should put down my phone. Or not look at my phone as much. Not that I had it in my hands right there. Okay. Moving my feet too much. I saw so much more success in the first round. He's overcommitting the jab. Okay, thank you, Tosh. Yeah, Denal says, yeah, huge win, E. Congrats. Yeah, man, Ethan, hell of a job, man. That's a big accomplishment. I'm actually glad that you sent that, shared it. I want to get a finish here. Yeah, for Ethan to go from not having this game to getting your first ranked win, it feels that it's like the first of many, of course, but it's a big deal. So here we go. And Ethan will get many more. He's a tough fighter, man. Tough competitor. Dangerous for him on rank because there are guys that will just take you to the ground, obviously, like me. Because he can put that heat on you with the stand-up. Here we go. Jay says, Denal says, I've won 2 times. I've won 2 times online. Dude, that's huge. That's huge too. I mean, you just picked up this game, dude. You just picked up this game. It's not easy. This is, when it comes to like the depth of controls, and I mean, I don't know if there's a much more complicated control scheme to a video game that I've played. I can't think of a game that has a more convoluted or like complicated control setup. I think you were serious when you're saying that your hands were sore the other day because your hands have to do a lot of stuff you're not used to rapidly, quickly, and this is a weird game. It is. It's super deep. There's so many levels, so many different things that you can be great at. Of course, in ranked, you don't want to go out there with just one super sharp skill set. You'll get exposed very quickly. My God, what am I doing? I can't throw. My goodness. Wow, that was just so weird. It was like I was freezing up. Mentally just freezing up. It's a wrap. Put them down. Jeez Louise. So we started off on we had a rough start. That guy shouldn't have been that difficult to beat, but he was. Because clearly his ground game is kind of lacking. I don't know what, but I'm working on it. We're getting better here. We did finish off on a much better foot than we started. Pretty boy Ethan, wait, what just happened? I just got back. Ethan, I thought you were here. I was saying, we were saying huge win. We were saying your first, you sent me a DM, Ethan, of your victory. You sent a DM of your first win with Richard Ramirez. Thank you, Coach Nada says, good finish. Thank you, my man. Richard Ramirez choked out Brian Ortega, and that was a hell of a thing, man. I'm looking at this record of yours with pride, seeing that it's your first fight. I'm looking like a proud father. Yeah, Donato says, good job, man. Everybody, congratulations, my man. But anyways, I'm going to get a couple fights in with the JMMA after this. I do thank you guys for showing up once again. We've got a small team today, small stream today. The team is growing. We're getting better. Look out for AI, more AI versus AIs coming out. I can't wait to call the UFC 260 AIs versus AIs. I think I'm going to get those out pretty soon, this weekend probably. Keep an eye out for that. I appreciate you. Love all of you guys. And until tomorrow, which is next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out. And JMMA, send me an invite.